Settling rarely feels dramatic while it's happening. It doesn't come with a warning sign or a clear before and after moment. It's quiet, gradual, and it builds up so slowly that most women don't notice it until years have already passed. Until one day something small cracks it open, a conversation with a friend, a passing thought in the shower, a moment that suddenly makes everything feel different, even though nothing actually changed. Today, I'm breaking down 5 quiet signs you're settling for less than you deserve, plus a bonus sign at the end that ties everything together. Stay till the end because number 5 is the one most women don't even realize they're doing until it's pointed out to them directly. Let's get into it. 1. You celebrate the bare minimum. Notice how you react when he does something basic. He texts back on time and you feel genuinely relieved, like you dodged something. He remembers a date and it feels like a huge win instead of a normal thing a partner does without needing applause for it. When ordinary, expected behavior starts to feel like a victory, that's not gratitude. That's a sign your baseline has quietly dropped so low that basic decency now registers as exceptional. A healthy relationship shouldn't feel like relief every time the bar gets cleared. It should just feel normal because the bar was never that low to begin with. If you've caught yourself thanking him excessively for things that shouldn't require thanks at all, things any decent partner would simply do without being asked, that gratitude might actually be a quiet symptom of how much you've adjusted your expectations downward without realizing it. 2. You've started explaining him to your friends. Pay attention to how often you find yourself defending or explaining his behavior to other people. He's just stressed. He's not usually like that. You just have to understand his personality. He's complicated. He had a hard childhood. If you're constantly translating or softening his actions for the people around you, that's often a sign that some part of you already knows how it looks from the outside, and you're managing the narrative before anyone else can question it out loud. When you're doing PR for your relationship more than you're actually enjoying it, that's worth paying attention to. And notice this too. If your friends have gone quiet on the subject, no longer asking how things are going the way they used to, that silence might not be disinterest. It might be them not knowing how to bring up what they've already noticed without upsetting you. 3. You feel relief when he's away, not when he's around. This one is uncomfortable, but sit with it honestly. In a relationship that's actually right for you, his presence should generally feel good, and his absence should feel like something missing. If it's flipped, if you find yourself exhaling when he leaves for a work trip, feeling lighter and more like yourself when he's not around, and slightly heavier when he walks back in, that's not a small detail. That's your body telling you something your mind hasn't fully admitted yet. Pay attention also to how you spend that time alone. Do you fill it with things that make you feel most like yourself again? Hobbies you'd put down? Friendships you'd let go quiet? A version of your personality that seems to only fully show up when he's not in the room? That contrast is worth noticing. 4. You've become the only one making repairs. Think about the last few times something went wrong between you. Who initiated the conversation to fix it? Who apologized first? Who suggested therapy? Who read the article about communication and actually tried to apply it? If you're consistently the only one doing the emotional labor of maintaining the relationship, while he simply waits for you to smooth things over every time, that imbalance is a quiet form of settling. You're not just accepting a flawed relationship, you're doing all the work of holding it together by yourself. And over time, that kind of one-sided effort tends to quietly exhaust a person in ways that are hard to name but easy to feel. 5. You daydream about a different life more than this one. And here's the one most women don't admit even to themselves. Pay attention to where your mind wanders when it's idle, in the shower, on a commute, right before falling asleep. Is it toward a future with him, genuinely excited about what's ahead together? Or does it drift toward a version of your life that doesn't include him at all? A different city, a different kind of freedom, a different kind of love you can't quite picture with him in it. Where your mind goes when nobody's watching is often more honest than anything you'd say out loud. And it's worth noticing what it's been quietly telling you, especially if this has become a pattern rather than a passing thought. Bonus sign you've stopped picturing a real future. Here's one more worth sitting with. Ask yourself honestly, when you imagine yourself 5 or 10 years from now, does he appear clearly in that picture, or does the picture stay vague, unfocused, almost intentionally blurry whenever he'd be in it? A lot of women who've settled describe a strange fog around future planning, an inability to picture weddings, homes, or milestones with real clarity, even while still going through the motions of the relationship day to day. This isn't always conscious avoidance. Sometimes it's a quiet form of self protection, keeping the picture vague because some part of you already suspects it might not come true. If your future with him feels foggy rather than vivid, that fog is information too. Closing, so let's recap. You celebrate the bare minimum instead of expecting it as normal. You've started explaining him to your friends instead of simply enjoying the relationship. You feel relief when he's away more than you feel joy when he's around. You've become the only one doing the work of repairing things between you. Your mind wanders toward a different life more often than it wanders toward a future with him. And your picture of the future together stays foggy instead of clear. None of these mean you need to end anything today, and none of them are meant to make you panic. They're meant to help you actually see clearly because you can't change a pattern you haven't let yourself notice yet. You deserve a relationship that doesn't require you to quietly settle just to make it work. One where love feels like addition, not subtraction. If this made you reflect on your own relationship, drop a like, subscribe for more relationship content every week, and let me know in the comments which one of these hit closest to home. See you in the next video.